Hello and welcome to NRL Tonight. I'm Jake Duke. Thank you for your company. Here's what's making news today. Origin focus only. Payne Haas delivers a blunt Broncos message as the Blues back themselves. Ben Hunt slams suggestions Michael Maguire has lost the Broncos dressing room. And Jai July gets underway as the NRL continues to raise funds for Rabbitoh star Jai Arrow and his fight against motor neuron disease. Yes, all that and plenty more to come, but we start with Payne Haas, and he has sent a strong message to anyone thinking he may leave the Broncos early, declaring he isn't going anywhere. Right now, the Blues prop is only focused on the Origin decider at Suncorp as New South Wales embrace the underdogs tag. Our reporter Dane Lillingston is with the Blues.
The Blues have officially started camp in Kingscliff ahead of next Wednesday night's decider, knowing they are the underdogs this time.
And that's important as well to embrace that, I reckon. We know where we're walking into. No one gives us a chance. No one believes in us. Everyone's writing stuff about us, and I enjoy that.
New South Wales have won their last 2 games at Suncorp, including the decider back in 2024, which broke a 19-year drought there in Game 3s. So, has the Cauldron lost its fire?
Well, I haven't played in one in a decider up there winning, so I can't comment on that, but we know what we're walking into and excited to do so.
Payne Haas may be in blue, but the biggest questions for him were about the Broncos, shutting down reports he could leave mid-season to start his new deal at South.
Yeah, not going anywhere. Like I said last week, I'm committed to the Bronx and looking to do my part for the rest of the year. I didn't know how it came about, to be honest. I'm not sure how that all came about, but like I said before, there's no way I would let that happen, and I'm committed to Bronx for the rest of the year.
Haas also, with no doubt, Broncos teammate Pat Carrigan will be fine to return early from an ankle injury for the Maroons in Game 3.
Yeah, he's good to go. Pat is as tough as they come and the most professional person I know, so I know he'll be ready to go next Wednesday.
Bulldogs half Lachlan Galvin and Roosters centre Hugo Savala flew into Blues camp Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah, it's cool just to going there for a few days training and learn off the best, and obviously you always dream to go into those camps, and even just to get to meet those people is it'll be pretty cool.
Melbourne's Tyron Wishart and Gold Coast's Zane Harrison and Payne's brother Cleese also set to join camp throughout the week.
Yeah, I'm happy for him. I'm super stoked. For someone like him, he's young still, young forward coming through the game, and to come into this camp would be great for him in his growth as a footy player and as a person as well.
The Blues kicked off camp with a gym session before their first on-field hit-out at Seabus Super Stadium. Dane Lillingston, Fox Sports News.
Joining me tonight to discuss all the latest news in rugby league and the Origin news is former own Benny Ross. Benny, thank you for your time. There's no way as a Queenslander you are claiming the underdog tag this time around, are you?
Have you seen the New South Wales team? They're amazing. You've got to look at this and go, okay, they've picked some really good players, some tough players. Queensland, yeah, we've just got the same team. It sort of plays in our favour.
You blokes are unbelievable. Look, is it the unlosable game for Queensland? When you consider you're at home, the way you've played in those first 2 games, the pressure is on to deliver.
Yeah, it is. When you look at the team that they have and what they've been through, as you said, the first game and then coming into the second and winning so convincingly, the pressure is a bit on them. But then you've got to look at they're playing with the crowd in the perfect state, the perfect team and a great coach. New South Wales have a fair bit of pressure on them.
You have played in a decider, and you played in a decider at Suncorp that New South Wales came up and won the famous 05 series. Like, when you think about that New South Wales team, and I know you don't want to give any advice to New South Wales, but what did they do to handle that kind of occasion? Because only 3 teams have done it in history.
Well, they had the players who really got the mentality of Origin. They had Andrew Johns. Like, you see him and the frustration he has about the team at the moment. And having people like that who really care about winning and playing for their state and doing anything that they can do just to win that game is the main thing about Origin. You've got to get out there and win on the battlefield. All
right, well, let's talk about winning on the battlefield. And obviously, we know it starts up front. Payne Haas, like, we saw him there talking about the Broncos, but for Origin, is there a pressure on him in terms of, do we need, or I say New South Wales, need a bit more mongrel from Payne in terms of taking that challenge on and say, I'm going to be the guy to lead this team because they were soundly beaten?
Well, that's the thing, but you don't want Payne to change his game. Like, he plays 80 minutes for the Broncos. He does everything perfectly. He's not a mongrel player. He's one of these guys who gets through a bucket load of work and does it tough.
All right, what's one element of the Blues side, if you were to pick something that does scare you?
Well, it's Liam Martin. Straight down, hands down. You talk about Origin and people who belong in Origin, and it's Liam Martin. I'm scared that first 15 minutes, he's just going to rip and tear and try to hurt as many people as he can.
All right, we'll see what Laurie Daly does with the back rowers and how he works in Homoli Olakawatu as well. Billy and his handshake deal. It's very Queenslander. Do you think it's just leaving the door open for the Melbourne Storm job, or just is that how it works up in Queensland? You know, a handshake, yeah, we'll sort it out later.
Listen, man, he's a man of his words, isn't he? The handshake will get him through whatever it needs to be, but a funny feeling is you do think that depending on what the Storm does, he'd be the most likely candidate for that position.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's go to Clubland now. And embattled Bronco Josiah Karapani has apologised to teammates after an on-field discretion which has left his NRL career hanging by a thread. The premiership winner will now have to watch the club's must-win match against Cronulla from the sidelines.
Isaiah Karapani still at Red Hill after being read the riot act.
You know, he knows he's in the wrong, but he also knows it's the second time he's made that mistake, and you can't keep making those mistakes or you're going to find your way out of this club pretty quick.
The 24-year-old will face court this month, charged with drink driving 3 months after he was hit with a $1,000 fine for public nuisance. The club's leadership group deciding he won't play on Saturday.
After that first mistake he made, you sort of feel that he's on the right track and he's doing everything right, but he's just slipped up again. But, you know, I really like Si, mate. I get along with him. He's a great fella, and, you know, he knows he's in the wrong. He's known he's made a mistake, and, you know, we've all been young kids before, and, you know, we'll get around him and look after him, and he'll find his way back.
Brisbane desperate to avoid an 8th straight defeat and deny reports of unrest. Coach Michael Maguire isn't deterring players from re-signing, according to recently re-signed Ben Hunt and Tom Duffy.
Yeah, mate, well, I re-signed assuming Madge is the coach. He was the one that came to me and asked if I wanted to go around again. He approached me first, and like I said, it was a no-brainer. Mate, I'm excited to be here. He's our coach, and yeah, I'm just happy to get on with it, mate. Obviously, it's the Broncos. There's always outside noise and different things going on, but for now, I'm happy, mate.
Mate, in my experience, I think every player just wants to know where they stand, and Madge gives you that. So I think that's one of his strengths, and 90% of the players that I've been to at different clubs, all they want is to be told where they stand, and Madge is really good at that.
Dean Mariner will make a welcome comeback against Cronulla, the winger returning 8 weeks after he almost lost his leg in a freak injury.
Yeah, it's exciting, mate. He's been flying around the training paddock for a couple of weeks now. He looks good. He's still got his burst, and yeah, I'm really excited to have him back out there, mate. He's a premier player for us.
But Brisbane is still rapidly running out of horses, applying to have prop Xavier Willison's HIA stand down waived, while fellow forward Corey Jensen's season is over after the club confirmed he's still battling blood clots.
I can't really think of a team that's had so many different injuries through 1 year, like not that I've been a part of. It's definitely been a crazy one, and some strange injuries. You know, you look at Corey Jensen and Dean Mariner and a few different things. So yeah, nothing's really related, but yeah, it's been a crazy season, mate. But at the same time, we've always had enough players here or the talent here to still get some wins. We just haven't got it done.
Dropped Blues centre Katoni Staggs will captain the club. Josh Bristow, Fox Sports News.
It's very much a case of when it rains, it pours for the Broncos. Benny, they didn't need the Josiah Karapani incident as well, with everything that Benny Hunt just mentioned has gone wrong this season.
Yeah, and that's so you talk about injuries and all those things, and now this. When will they learn? Like those players, they said it's his second offence for this type of thing, but really players need to understand they're professional players, and this shouldn't even be spoken about at all.
All right. The good news story they talked about is Dean Mariner. And if you cast your mind back 8 weeks or so, he came off with a cork. He went back on, I think it was in the game against the Roosters. We wake up in the morning, you get an email from the club that say he basically almost lost his leg from this very rare condition that can develop from corks. Oh, what an amazing story that he's back playing within a couple of months.
Yeah, and that's what we've been looking at his progress over that time and saying, yeah, there's no chance that he'll come back. But for him to be able to play so well in the lower grades and now make his debut again or return is amazing for him, and I think it's well deserved. It's a player who's been great for them in the past, and I'm excited to see how he goes.
We just heard there that Katoni Staggs will captain the club. Look, that's a good boost for his confidence, considering he was dropped for New South Wales, right?
Yeah, and I think he'll take that on, and I think he needs to prove to people that he actually deserved that spot in Origin, and to have that there and just to prove critics wrong.
All right, Brisbane, they need to win.
Yeah.
They were improved against the Roosters last week. Can they beat your Sharks, do you think?
Yeah, and that's the thing, they improved. I thought they were probably the better team last week. You talk about the Roosters, who people say they're premiership favourites along with Penrith, but the Broncos really improved. I think they'll have a tough match against the Sharks. The Sharks come along really well.
People keep expecting Brisbane to go on this run. It doesn't look likely, and if they don't, do you expect, no matter how this season finishes for them, do you expect Michael Maguire to be the coach at the start of next year?
Oh, most definitely. The way the players are talking about him, you just saw it then that he's very honest with them, tells them what he wants from them, and he's a fantastic coach. He brought a premiership there to the club. He deserves his coaching abilities to remain there.
All right, we know Ben Hunt's going to go on next year. What do you make of that? He'll be, I think, almost 37, 38 by the time the end of next year rolls around. Yep. They're losing Adam Reynolds. Do you like Ben's decision to go around one more time?
Oh, definitely. You're a long time retired, and that's probably the thing, is that he understands that. He's been around enough players that have retired and moved on to other things, but it's the game you love. If you still feel young and vibrant and that you can handle that sort of pressure cooker, then he's done the right thing.
All right, big one for the Broncos this weekend against the Sharks. The NRL is set to expand its support for Jai Arrow with the world's biggest birthday party later this month. The event coincides with Arrow's 31st birthday on July 12 when the Rabbitohs face the Knights at Accor Stadium. The South's veteran, as we know, was forced into retirement this year after being diagnosed with motor neuron disease. At the game, 2 children can attend for free with every adult ticket, and we'll have a surprise performance from the beloved group The Wiggles at half-time. The league has already designated this month as Jai July with a range of fundraising efforts for the former Bunny. Brian To'o's Panthers teammates are tipping the superstar winger to bounce back with some added fire after being dropped for the State of Origin decider. To'o's admission means he will play on Friday night against the Rabbitohs, with the latter leaders looking to end their 2-game losing streak.
Actually very gutted for Biz. Has been probably the top 3 players of every single Origin game of the last 4 or 5 years. So if anything, that only helps us this week, and we get an extra player like Bizza with Maida going into camp. So yeah, we'll be looking to. I know he'll be looking for a bit of redemption.
Anytime you get Bizza in the side, he's exceptional. The amount of work he does on and off the ball is second to none. Yeah, it's a tough decision, and tough decisions sometimes have to be made by coaches, and that's the way they've gone. So yeah, you can't do anything about it. You can't. And as Biz has done, he's just come in. It's been exceptional. He can't wait to play this weekend. So that's the only way you can sort of handle those situations.
I think, obviously personally I love him, and I'd love seeing all the boys in and around the Origin arena. They're exceptional players and been doing it for a number of years. So obviously feel for Brian. I feel like it's not just on the field, but it's off the field. The energy and the connection he brings in this group, and how much love he has for the boys, and I know that'd be absolutely infectious in New South Wales camp. And I'm very disappointed for him, but I just know what he's like, and he's still jumping around, and first one to turn the speaker on in here. So his spirits are still high, and I'm sure he'll perform well on Friday night.
Can I call it a slump? 2 in a row for the tabletop?
I think a slump's a little bit too far just yet. I just think, we just haven't been performing the way that we want to, which is disappointing. And, we're having the right conversations and feel like we're doing a lot of the right things at training, but we just need to put that on the field now. And I feel like we've got a great opportunity to do that on Friday.
Of course, we've got the NRLW season opener tomorrow night on Fox League, and then Friday night, round 18, action kicks off between the Panthers and the Rabbitohs. First of all, Benny, let's talk about Jai Arrow, because the Jai July month is getting underway, and there's plenty of ways that people can get involved and contribute money to this cause. It's a fantastic initiative, all culminating in that July 12 game.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. To see the NRL community get behind this, the NRL themselves, South and every other team, I encourage everyone to get out there and support him through this. Not only him, but everyone else that's going through the same thing.
You're excited for the Wiggles, you're telling me.
I'm excited, mate. I just want to see it.
I saw them a couple of weeks ago at Suncorp. They were great, the Wiggles. Still got it. What about Jai? One of the initiatives is that he's going to carry the Origin shield onto Suncorp Stadium for the decider. And look, as a New South Welshman, I'm almost filthy about that, because I can imagine how much that's going to fire the Queenslanders.
Oh, you imagine not only just the team, but the crowd getting behind it. The emotion's already electric out there, but to have that in such a special moment, everyone will get right behind it. And yeah, it's going to be a scary prospect for the New South Wales after that.
All right, let's talk about the Panthers. The guy said the slump. They're not calling it a slump. What do you think of their last 2 performances? Can they bounce back?
Oh, definitely bounce back. They're a team that have always been there for the past, 6, 7 years, where they've proven that they can drop games, but then they go on big runs. I think Penrith missing a few players this weekend. I think they'll really hone in. They'll have Bizzard back running what he does and probably bringing that energy that he needs to bring to a team. But, yeah, they're going to be a good team this weekend.
Yeah, big return for them is having Brian To'o available. Stay with us here on NRL Tonight. Plenty more coming up shortly. Up next, we hear from Maroon Stars, Jojo Fifita and Sam Walker ahead of next Wednesday's Origin Decider. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back to NRL Tonight. I'm Jake Duke. Thank you for your company. Jojo Fifita is excited to line up against New South Wales debutant Jack Bostock in next Wednesday's Origin Decider. Queensland have won the series 7 times after losing Game 1 and will be hoping history repeats itself after overturning a 1-0 deficit to claim last year's series.
Titans flyer Jojo Fifita has only played 2 games for Queensland, but he's already made his mark.
Blues are on the ropes. The Blues are on the ropes. Munster kicks to the corner, and Fifita, it's a knockout punch.
Yeah, no, it was a good try. I've had a few people talking to me about it, but even today they're all asking if I'm going to do it again. But yeah, we'll see next Wednesday. But
the 23-year-old soared above Brian To'o to score in Game 2, with the Blues winger paying the price dropped for the decider. New South Wales coach Laurie Daly turning to a taller Jack Bostock, hoping his height will provide an aerial threat.
yeah, he's taller than Brian To'o. I think I versed him once a couple of years ago. I haven't versed him this year, but he's a good player. He runs hard with the ball, and he's a big body in the air. So yeah, it's going to be a good matchup. And I'm excited to go up against him.
Recalled Maroons forward Jeremiah Nane shapes as another dangerous aerial threat. With Cameron Munster and Sam Walker's kicking game on song, the Cowboys' back row is hoping to cash in.
Yeah, for sure, mate. It's exciting. He's obviously playing some really good footy out there for the Cows, and obviously his game on the weekend, mate, it was unbelievable. So really looking forward to getting out there with him and him showcasing what he can do.
The Maroons are no stranger to bouncing back after dropping the opening game of the series, doing exactly that last year.
It's Origin. It's one game apiece. They've won one, we've won one. It's obviously been a lot of talk, but none of that sort of matters next Wednesday, and we've got to go out there and do our job. I know that we'll be focusing on that, and we're not worried about what people are saying or what's all the noise out there. We've got a job to do, and we've got a whole state to make proud.
There is more at stake for Sam Walker than simply retaining the Origin shield. A strong performance could ensure he keeps his number 7 jersey, with reigning Wally Lewis medalist Tom Dearden sidelined this series by a syndesmosis injury.
Honestly, mate, I've got no thought beyond this sort of game of football. It's all I'm sort of focusing on is putting my best forward for Queensland next Wednesday, and then the rest of that sort of takes care of itself after that.
One man the Maroons hope remains in charge beyond this series is coach Billy Slater, after he revealed he is yet to commit to a new contract with Queensland.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. It means so much to him. You can tell when he speaks about the game, he just gets emotional, and I think it gives the boys a little bit of extra drive. But yeah, no, he's born for Queensland, and I'll always want him to be the coach for Queensland because he just suits that role so much.
Amelia Hanna, Fox Sports News.
Isaiah Yeo is no stranger to the hostile atmosphere of Suncorp Stadium, having experienced both victory and defeat in State of Origin deciders in Queensland. The New South Wales captain will lead the Blues into the cauldron, looking to defy their poor decider record at Suncorp and silence the noise around under-fire coach Laurie Daly.
Well, a lot of people will tell you that this is a series that New South Wales now can't win. Going up to Suncorp, trying to win a decider, but one of few men that has actually done it is Isaiah Yeo. Only 3 New South Wales teams have won deciders up there. You were part of the last crop to do it in 24. How big is the job?
Yeah, it is. It's obviously tough. The history's probably against you in that sense, but look, we've got the utmost confidence in this group that we can sort of play to our potential and see out the whole 80 minutes and play our best footy and give yourself absolutely every chance. So I think for the last 2 times we've been up to Suncorp, we've had success. Obviously, game 1 last year and then the game 3 decider in 2024. So should take confidence out of that. But just making sure we just nail our preparation and get ready to play our best game up there for game 3, which we're going to need. We understand that. Obviously, it's a hostile environment, but then there's on the flip side of that, there's not many better places to play. It's exactly what you want in a big game like this.
Probably 99% of the population that will never experience what it's like to run out to Suncorp in a decider. You obviously can't hear each other. It's probably hard to hear calls. How do you factor that in?
Yeah, you obviously talk about it at training, but I think you sort of lean on experience as well. I do. Like, there's obviously some boys who haven't experienced that before, but look, it's just what you'd hope that an Origin would be like, and you're about to go experience now in a decider. I've had some great nights there. I've had some nights that aren't as fun, and I guess one sort of throwback is the when I chased Benny Hunt there in 2022 or 23, and that's probably the loudest I've ever heard a crowd. So I'd much prefer to be silencing them than dealing with that. So,
you know, there are probably moments in every footballer's career that maybe in the moment it's hard to recognise how big it is, but you don't always get a chance to go and win a decider and to do it up in Queensland. Do you think, and I know you've only just come into camp, but do you think that's something that this playing group will talk about, the fact that so few teams have done it before, and you really have a chance to create a slice of Origin history that you'll take with yourself as individuals? Yep. You'll remember when you're sitting in rocking chairs one day.
Yeah, it is. Probably as you get older, you sort of start to realise and sort of appreciate moments like that. Certainly when you're younger, you don't, but that's just... Games like this is what separates special teams from just normal teams. So, and that's what's on offer for us at the moment. It's, like I touched on, it's all about your preparation, but ultimately it's a results-driven business. And if you're going up there, that's what separates, like I said, the special teams from just the teams that have gone up there. So, yeah, we look forward to it. I believe we've got the group to do that. It's all about obviously making sure we're confident, ready to go come Wednesday week. But yeah, what an opportunity, and can't wait.
Laurie has been absolutely hammered. A lot of people have. The noise has just grown and grown and grown that he's, you know, not up to coaching at Origin level. As the captain of this side, do you feel for him?
Yeah, I do. It disappoints me. Certainly unwarranted, and certainly not what this group thinks of him. With utmost respect, as a player, I don't think there's anyone who's put more into the New South Wales jersey than what he has and the way he performed in that. He's got the respect of the whole playing group, but yeah, ultimately we've got to go and repay that faith and that confidence he's instilled in us and go and have a great performance. And
I've got to ask you, your Panthers teammate Brian To'o, 17 straight games for New South Wales. He must be hurting being dropped for this one.
Yeah, I've flicked him a message, obviously, just told him how gutted I was for him. But, yeah, he's a hell of a professional, hell of a player, and he'll bounce back from this, I'm sure. So it's obviously disappointed. Love's had his reasons. He sort of let Biz know that. But, yeah, I certainly don't think he's done in this arena for sure. So, yeah, obviously disappointed for him. But, yeah, what an unbelievable opportunity for Jackie Bostock there. So, yeah, super pleased for him. But, yeah, very disappointed for Biz, obviously.
Jonah Pezzett will make his first NRL appearance since round 5 when Parramatta plays the Sea Eagles, replacing Mitch Moses at halfback. The Eels will also be hoping to draw inspiration from their coach, who rescued a woman from a burning car last week.
From what I heard is he's made an impression back coming through the Greys, which is it's not what you want to do, but he's been really positive since coming back through, and he's been really good for us on the field. So I think to have his leadership in that position is going to be really helpful for us, and we're looking forward to attacking the game this weekend.
Well, what does he bring? What are his strengths on the field?
I think it's just like structure and getting our team around the park, you know, and then hopefully that frees up Ronnie. He can attack off the back of that, but mate, we just need him to find his voice like he always does, and we'll be fine.
Obviously, it would have been a frustrating year for Jonah so far. How has he been with those few setbacks he's had?
As I said, really good. You know, it's not always good and good for your mind when you get demoted, but you know, he's had those injuries, and you know, he's been a true professional. He's grinding down there in the gym and with our rehab coaches, and you know, he's fought his way back into our team. So I'm looking forward to him getting out there. We've been giving it to him, but yeah, it's a good thing. I think that's what he's trying to build around the club, is being a good person outside of football as well. So I think he found himself in the right place at the right time. But
yeah, like genuinely, is it a bit of an inspiration to see your coach do something like that?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I mean, anyone can do it. So it's good to see Rolsey doing that sort of thing. It's the type of person he is. You know, he's always willing to help someone, and you know, his opportunity came up, and you know, it's pretty. Yeah, as you said, it's inspirational to see your coach do that.
Not all heroes wear capes, though, Benny. Jason Riles coming up trumps for that lady in that accident, but for his team, obviously under a bit of pressure. The season hasn't gone to plan. They play Manly on Sunday, big game. Yeah. Jonah Pezzett, if you're Brisbane, how are you feeling about the form he's kind of shown this year, knowing he's going there next year?
It's quite difficult. It's his first year there at Parramatta, so trying to understand their form, their play, and how he fits into the mould for 1 year. So you can understand that he's in and out of his position, but I've seen glimpses of brilliance each time he's played. He's squared up the defence and played really well. I think the Broncos have got a really good buy on their hands, and having Adam Reynolds around, maybe coaching him a little bit, will help.
Did you think Parramatta would be going better than they were this time? Well, granted, they've had a lot of injuries.
And that's the thing. you look at the injuries and what they have, but everyone expected them to go a lot better than what they have. And when your main playmaker, Mitchell Moses, when he's in and out of the team, that does cause disruptions.
All right, let's move to the Dragons. And fullback Clint Gutherson isn't ready to call time on his career, with his contract set to keep him at the club until the end of 2027. Despite the Dragons sitting last on the ladder, some at the club are seeing progress under interim coach Dean Young, viewing this season as a key stepping stone.
It's not just now, it's been happening for years. So every time I was off contract at Para, someone would release something about my knees. So it's nothing new to me, mate. It's I've been copping retire for 15 years. So when that time comes, I'm sure someone close to me will tell me. But it's showing what he's done in a short period of time. It's very hard to take over and change things, but the way he's done it, the way he's gone about it, the way he's spoken about the team, the boys, and the belief he's shown in us. I know personally my form's heaps better than it was at the start of the year. So just the belief he has in us as players, and I think they can see that. And I'm nothing but praise for Dino. He's been great.
Yeah, I am, and I think this will be an important year for the Dragons. Got a lot of new signings coming in next year. I know I won't be here, but I think this will be a really important year in the sense of learning a lot about each other as players. Those young ones are building a lot of resilience. They're not going to be scared of losing, that's for sure. And
yeah, the Dragons looking for their second win of the season up against the Tigers this weekend. Benny Ross, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your company here on NRL Tonight. For our viewers on Fox League, NRL 360 is up next. And of course, you can keep up to date with all the latest headlines on Fox Sports News throughout the night. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.